Hi, this is Mercedes Gutierrez from Human Resource Services. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to fill out your questionnaire for the interim performance evaluation process. This process will be twofold. I will first discuss login information, review of the dashboard, show you how to answer the questionnaire. Then, I will show your manager how to be able to print your questionnaire from the system. Let's start with login information. Once you receive a reminder from Outlook, you will be prompted to log in through neogov.com. If you have forgotten your username is your actual email. In this instance, we will walk you through mine. Please remember to write your email in a complete format. If you have forgotten your password, please go down to the button below that says Forgot Your Password. You will be prompted by the system to enter your username. If you do not receive a response within 24 hours, please contact Human Resource Services at hrissupport@laco.edu. We will look into the issue and send you a new password reset. Let's continue. I have successfully logged into the NeoGov system, and I am now in my dashboard. Let's take a moment to review what's on the dashboard. If at any time you have pushed a button and you have been taken into a different area that is unfamiliar to you, I'm going to do this very quickly just to show you. Please remember to always return to this button that says NeoGov. It will navigate you back to your dashboard and you can see the main page. Here we have multiple examples of different features that are available to you on the legend. For purposes of this particular training, I'm prompting you to the icon as an employee that says questionnaire and signature required at interim meeting. I will first cover this particular feature as it belongs to the employee. I will then cover the task feature for the manager that says interim meeting and conversation with employee to be held and signature is required. Let's start with questionnaire and signature required at interim meeting. For all SEIU employees that are participating in the evaluation pilot, this prompt will appear automatically once you have completed your initial meetings with your manager. You will receive a reminder a few days prior to the deadline, which will be held between November 1st and December 31st. As you approach that time and your manager asks you to schedule a meeting in order to conduct your interim, you should enter the system and complete your questionnaire. There are 5 questions that as an SEIU employee, you will be prompted to answer. As you can see, these 5 questions have red text boxes, meaning that you are required to enter information and text into each of the questions. The first question indicates, please state any challenges, obstacles, or unanticipated developments you have encountered and how can I help you resolve them? If you would like to receive constructive feedback by your manager, please take the opportunity to answer in a complete sentence. This information is invaluable so that you are able to receive the appropriate level of support from your manager in order for you to successfully complete the year. I will take the time to complete all 5 questions. In response to question 1, I would like to indicate that at times I find it difficult to complete projects due to competing timelines. As my manager, you can help me resolve them by giving me clear and constructive deadlines so that projects do not overlap. In response to question 1, I have written, at times I find it difficult to complete multiple projects due to competing timelines. As my manager, you can help me complete projects by providing me clear deadlines so the timelines do not overlap, causing me to feel rushed and overwhelmed. That is a fair response. Let's look at question 2. What support do you need from me to help you accomplish your goals? Remember, this is a question your manager should be asking you. In my response, I would like to indicate that I need clear timelines, perhaps some training, or assistance from my coworkers. And I will now take the time to type this out. In response to the question, what support do you need from me to help you accomplish your goals? I've wrote, I believe I need help with having clear deadlines on my Outlook calendar, help from my coworkers, and the opportunity to check in with you at times if the instructions for my projects is not clear. Let's look at question number 3. Do your goals need to be modified or adjusted at this time? Please state how your goals are obtainable. Remember that you can always go back and review your goals. They are accessible via the dashboard. I will show you how to do that in a different video. For now, I will attempt to remember a response to my goals and type something in. In response to question number 3, I have written, as the PAU School Administrative Secretary, I believe the goal regarding the WASC binder may need to be modified slightly due to the scheduling change. The visitation is no longer in November. It is now in January. This will affect the timeliness of my goal. Question number 4. Is there anything you would like to discuss regarding the competencies at this time? If so, please describe your concerns. Again, assuming that you have access to your job description or have discussed your competencies back at the initial meeting, this question could be modified or answered in a variety of capacities. You should take opportunity in responding to this question and indicate if you believe there should be a change to the competencies you need to be rated on. You should also take opportunity at this time between you and your manager if for any reason you forgot to list the competencies that you would like to be rated on, and list them now. It is also an opportunity for you to share whether or not you believe that the competencies regarding your job classification need to be reviewed, which will then prompt a different level of conversation. If you do not have a conversation on the competencies, then you have to assume that nothing needs to change. However, please take the opportunity to describe your concerns. I will do so at this time. In response to the question, is there anything you would like to discuss regarding the competencies at this time? If so, please describe your concerns. I have written, I believe that the competencies we discussed in September during our initial training are fine. I do believe that moving forward, I would like to also be rated on how I handle customer focus. While it is an organization-wide competency, I believe that there are projects specific to this PAU that I would like to flesh out more. For example, I get calls from very angry parents, and while I work with them and calm them down, the customer focus piece sometimes does not get noticed. I just wanted to take time and say this to you. Finally, question 5. What additional training, education, or resources do you need at this time? Again, if there is anything that you need with regard to training, education, and other resources, please take the time to respond to this question carefully. This is an opportunity for you to indicate whether or not you would like to attend something, period. If it is available and accessible to you, this is the opportunity and the time to communicate this. For example, if there is a training with ITO, your Instructional Technology Outreach Program, Perhaps there are trainings there that you would like to attend. Take the time and say this here. I will respond to this question now. In response to question 5, what additional training, education, or resources do you need at this time? I have responded with the following. ITO offers many trainings on Excel. I would like to sign up and take an intermediate Excel class so that I can better assist the students, staff, and administration of this PAU. Period. Once I have completed my 5 questions, you will note that I can now click Save. My button is now green. If I do not have any responses in these red boxes, this button will not turn green. I will now go on ahead and save. You will note that the step is complete. You will also note that once completed, you are taken back to your dashboard. An issue that we learned in Pilot 1 was that several of you kept clicking on the questionnaire and entering your information more than once. Please just note that this particular prompt will not go away and will sit in the queue. That does not mean that your responses are not in the system. If you were to click back in the system, such as how I just did, you will note that you will have another blank screen. If you scroll to the very far right and click on the button that says Previous Check-ins, you will see all the responses that I have written in today's questionnaire. Your responses will remain in here and will be made available to your manager both in PDF form, which I will address in a moment, and will be made available and accessible at the time that you get your rating, which will be held sometime between April through May 31st. This concludes the employee portion of the interim evaluation process. I will now move over to the interim meeting and conversation with employee to be held and signature is required step.